Hey, what's happening, everybody? Haven't been on Smokey's Lightning for a while because I really don't have much to talk about with the car, at least not lately. But I'll be honest with everybody. This channel is basically about me personally and what I'm doing with the car. Posting videos like this on Coyote Car Guy gets absolutely no interest. A lot of times people aren't really interested in what I have to say or what I'm doing. They just want to see me building stuff and spending a lot of money and going fast and going to the track and stuff like that. But with this coronavirus keeping me home because I haven't been able to leave the house, things are really bad in Florida right now. I'm home. I have a lot of time to think about what I want to do. Now, honestly, guys, I love this Orange Fury car. A few years ago, I decided to put a Whipple on it. It broke the motor. A lot of you guys know the situation that I had with this car. Putting the Whipple on it, it broke a piston. I had to replace the motor. Here's a look at the piston. Here's a look at the new motor that I put in. And the car was running great. It ran 1059 at 134 miles an hour. After I put the chiller on the Stage 1 kit that I had on the car with the new motor in it, she ran pretty fast. You know, I stepped it up to Stage 2. We had it tuned by James, a friend of mine. He gave me a really good tune. And the car is currently a 9-second car. I haven't run 9 seconds yet because the rear blew in the car. We replaced the rear. Here's the new rear that I put in the car. This car, I did a lot of modifications to it even before I put the Stage 1 on it. It got new rear axles. It got Steer Stop the Hop kit. And there's a lot in this car. Now, I just want to say, though, guys, when I first brought this car home after putting the Stage 1 kit in it, my old lady and I were driving back from the East Coast. And the first thing I said to her when I felt the weight of the Whipple in the front of the car, the first thing I said was, I don't like this. I don't like what I did to my car. I really regretted putting the Whipple on the car, honestly. And I don't talk about this stuff on Coyote Car Guy because, I don't know, it seems like that channel is funny. There's only certain things I could do over there. But here I could do anything. Not that many people watch, but a few people do. So I throw these videos out for you guys. Recently, I did a video on my Gen 2 when I changed the ABS sensor in it. And at the end of that video, I said that when this car runs 9s, I'm probably going to sell it and move on to something else. Okay, here's what I said at the end of that video. Now, as far as my Orange Fury car here, the car's basically finished. You know, we've stepped it up to Stage 2. We did the tuning on it, right? It made roughly 800 horsepower to the wheels. Here's the car in the dyno here, and you can see it ripping on the dyno. And it made, you know, roughly 800 horsepower. It made a lot of power on pump gas with a little bit of boosting. Now, the rear went bad on this car, and it needed to be replaced. Here's the new rear. It's a performance pack rear with a cast iron case. Has a Torsen differential in it and a 355 gear. The rear's been put in the car, and she's ready to race. Now, it's really hot here in Florida, and you know, when it's 95, 100 degrees, that doesn't really sit well with me going to the track. These are not optimal conditions, so I'm probably going to wait till things cool down and get the car to the track. And she'll run 9s, I'm sure of it, because with the rear going bad, we ran low 10s. Now that the car's all fixed, it should run consistent 9s. The problem with that is that once I get into the 9s, the track officials up at Bradenton are likely to tell me to put a cage in the car. And I don't really want to do that. So at that point, I'm probably not going to do much more with this car. Probably sell it and move on to something else. Now, what would I move on to, right? Well, we have another car, and here it is. It's a 1996 Mustang GT, beautiful laser red. We bought this car in 2005, and it's got well over 200,000 miles on it. And it's been up and down the East Coast so many times. The mileage is like way up there, but she runs perfect. It's got an automatic, does not have leather interior, but the interior is in perfect condition. And the car is beautiful. It was painted just before we bought it. The car's in storage right now. I got these videos when the car was up in Pennsylvania several years ago when my old lady drove it up there. What are we going to do with this car? We haven't decided, but it's a prime candidate to put a Coyote in it. And in all likelihood, when I move on from this Orange Fury car, we're going to bring that 96 Mustang GT back here and do a Coyote swap with it. But we'll see. That's one possibility for the future. All right, so what I said on that day was that when this car runs 9s, I'm not going to put a cage in the car, and I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to move on to possibly doing a Coyote swap in the 96 Mustang. Well, I don't want to do that either. A Coyote swap is a ridiculously expensive proposition. A 96 Mustang, I mean, it's a nice car. We love that car. It runs great. 96 Mustang is probably best to be left alone. Leave the 4.6 in it and drive it because it's a good passenger car. It's just not very fast. But I've decided not to do a Coyote swap in that car. What I'm going to do with this car, again, I'm not going to put a cage in it. That would be silly. This is like a brand new car, and I'm not going to hack it up just to chase the clock. This is, like it's a high 9-second car, just the way it sits. I just got to get the right conditions at the track. And if I can't get 9 seconds coming off the foot, there's a trans brake in this car. I could very easily use the trans brake and get it into the 9. So it's not a question of if it can run 9s. It could definitely run 9s. The thing is, I don't want to have to put a cage in the car. Excuse me. I don't want to have to put a cage in the car just to go faster than that. A lot of people are chasing the clock, and what happens is their cars end up on trailers. I'm not going to trailer this car to the track. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do, and I've made a decision now, is once I get into the 10s, once I can safely get to the track and race this car, and get this car into the 9s, I'm going to sell this motor. I'm going to get it out of the car because honestly, I really don't like it. And putting a cage in this car to go faster, I ain't fucking doing that. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. That's not something that I want to do. I never wanted to do that, and I'm not going to fall into that trap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this motor. It's worth good money. This is a Livenoise engine. It's not a stock Gen 3. It's got Manley H-beam rods in it and forged pistons. The thing's tight. It's solid. It makes something like 1,000 horsepower at the crank. It's capable of making that a lot more than that if it should be put on the 85 and a little bit more boost in it. But I'm not going down that road. I'm going to pull this motor and I'm going to put another motor in it. Probably not going to be boosted, but we're going to be shooting for mid to low 10s NA with this car. And I think I know a way to do it. I'm not going to reveal exactly what I'm planning to do right now. But one thing I can tell you is that this motor is probably going to get sold and we're going to have a new build with this car. Very same car. In fact, I entertained the idea of selling this car and getting another one. But I've got a lot of work into the suspension in this car and stuff like that. I know what I got. I got a performance pack rear in it. And I've got all the Steeda stop the hop parts in it. I've got the Ford axles in it. I got a lot of stuff in it. And I don't want to sell this car with that stuff in it. All I want to do is get this motor out of here. Because like I say, as fast as this car is, I don't fucking like it, man. I don't like it at all. It's great when I get to the track. When I get to the track, I love it because it's fast and I could chase after that 9-second pass. But honestly, beyond that, this car lives in the garage because I just don't like driving it. It's not fun. It's too fast. My wife doesn't like it. That's the other problem. I get in with my old lady, and I can't really get my foot in it because it's just too fast. The rear is it's all over the road, and it's just not for me. I can't put it any other way. So we're gonna get to the track as soon as we get a little bit better weather here because it's midsummer, not good conditions to go to the track, and we're gonna run some 9s with it. You know, it's sounding redundant at this point saying that, but we're going to run on 9s, and then we're going to pull this motor, and we're going to do something else. We're going to do something different. So when it comes to fruition, first place you're going to find out about it is on this channel for anybody who's interested, and we'll take it from there. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. This is not a monetized channel. It'll never be a monetized channel. It's not why I set this up, but this is just a place where I could talk candidly and not really give a shit what people think or what people say. Or anything like that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. All right, guys, while I'm at it, let me just show you the motor, give you a good look. This is a Whipple. I think I could say that this Whipple's probably got not even 2,000 miles on it, maybe 2,500, I don't know. I hardly ever drive this car. We got the closed air box that I got from Whipple because the open CAI, whatever you call it, didn't work very well. This works a little bit better down here in Florida. And all of that stage 2 stuff. 3875 pulley, standard stage 2. This makes good power. We put 800 to the wheels roughly with this thing, which equates to something like 950 at the crank. That's on pump gas. On the 85, this thing would probably pick up another 100, 150 horsepower. These You know, this for a blower car, for a blower engine, this is one of the best packages to have for a Gen 3. You know, the twin turbo cars make more power than this. Turbos generally will make more power, but you know, for a Whipple car, you know, this thing's pretty nasty. Put it on the 85 and pulley down to a 3.7 pulley. This thing will make even more power. What I don't like about it is that it added a lot of weight to the front end. I noticed the very first day that when I brought this car home, the car was heavy in the nose, and I didn't like it. So we're going to get away from this. You know, chasing the clock is what a lot of people do with their cars, you know, especially for their YouTube channels. They just want to make the car faster and faster and faster. I mean, there's really no limit to how fast you can go these days. The thing is, you get to a certain point, you got to put a cage in it, and then the cars get so fast that you can't drive them to the track anymore. You know, and that's not really where I want to go with this. This is a street car. I feel like I got it to be about as fast as I can make it, you know, for the street with pump gas. I really don't want to go any further than this with this car. Now, I have a chiller on this car. You really can't see much of it, but you could see some of the lines right there for the chiller. Okay, I'm going to be getting rid of this engine, but we're going to keep the chiller in the car because we may be able to use it in a very unique way on the next build. We'll see how that one goes. Okay, you can see some other things about the chiller right here. Here's the plumbing that was added. The drag valve is here. That's the valve that shuts off the cabin AC so that it's shut off and you're not dripping condensate on the track while you're driving. And the track officials, or when you're racing, I should say, the track officials won't, you know, won't kick you out of the track. We got our Moroso oil separator here. It's a good car, it's a good package, but I'm looking to do something different. And honestly, guys, this car is still like brand new. I don't even think I got 5,000 miles on this car. I don't even know. I don't drive it enough. There's my N95 mask that I wear when I go out. You can see she's a premium car. It's a gray car, and I've decided to keep it. There's really no sense. The only way I would get rid of this car is if I found another one that was better, that had more options in it, because this car doesn't have Safe and Smart, and I really would like to have that. My Gen 2 that I had Safe and Smart. One of the sure ways to see that the car's got Safe and Smart, you can see from the outside. When you have one of those mirrors, you don't have the Safe and Smart and all the lane assist and everything. I don't drive this car. You can see it's still got the number on the window from the last time I had it at the track. You know, so I like it. I'm going to keep it. But if I could find a nicer car than this one, another Orange Fury car that's optioned up like this one, or maybe a Royal Crimson one. I kind of like those too. They discontinued that color. And here's my ride, and I've decided to keep it. There's the Whipple. It's not a bad thing to have, but honestly, once we do our 9-second passes the next racing season, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to move on and we're going to do something else. And honestly, guys, I'm pretty excited about it. Stay tuned.
Nano, 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 nano.